y'all crazy, okay? Hello there and welcome back. Really quick before I start on this topic, I just want to let you know to please subscribe and go ahead and hit that bell as well so that you can get notifications and be one of the first to know when a video goes up. Okay, we got that out of the way. I wanted to make this video really quickly because I'm noticing, and I have noticed for a long time, as I'm sure everyone else has noticed, everybody wants to become a makeup artist now. Now, I don't think there's anything wrong in that. If you feel it is your passion and it is something that drives you, yes, honey, go ahead and do it. But I do believe that there is a significant amount of people who are doing it just because it's like the new thing, you know, everybody can do makeup, anyone can do makeup. That's not the case. So really quick, I just wanted to list a few things that basically guide your decision to whether or not you should become a makeup artist. I do not consider myself to be a professional makeup artist for the main fact that one, I did not go to school for it, and two, I really don't do makeup on other people. I only do makeup on myself. And the only reason I even know how to do makeup on myself was from watching many videos on YouTube for years, practicing consistently on myself, and basically figuring out what worked for me, my own tips and tricks, and trial and error. Trial and error was my biggest teacher throughout this makeup journey. If you would like to become a makeup artist and you feel that it is something that is for you, just go through this video really quick and make sure that you don't have any of these qualities, okay? Because I do feel like for every profession, for every career, for every vocation, there are certain personality types that fit best for it. There are certain mindsets that fit best for it. Now, I'm not saying that that is 100% across the board for everyone and for every vocation, but there are basic principles that apply to whatever it is that you're going to do in this world with your hands or with your brain or anything that is skill based. Do not become a makeup artist if you feel that it is an easy job. Simple, period, point blank. A lot of people feel like, oh, you just put makeup on people and, they pay you lots of money and you become rich. No, that's not how it works at all. Yes, there are professions out there that require physical, mental, emotional, psychological, and intellectual exertion. Makeup is one of those things that it has a bit of everything in it as far as testing your limits, testing your physical limits, your creative limits, testing even your social limits, because you are essentially dealing with people. Do not assume that makeup is easy. Nothing in this life is easy. Nothing that is successful in this life is easy. So I'm sure that although I'm not a makeup artist, I'm sure that it does come with its challenges as well. Do not become a makeup artist if you are unaware of germ theory. Now, when I say germ theory, I don't mean you need to be unaware of the school book definition of germ theory. But honey, if you can't clean your brushes in between clients or you can't clean your tools in between clients, that's a problem. That is a problem. If you do not feel that it is necessary to completely sanitize your hands before putting your hands on someone's face, if you do not feel that it is necessary to, clean your tools and disinfect them before applying them to someone's face, that is an issue. Do not become a makeup artist if you are unable to handle people. Makeup artistry and artistry of any kind requires networking. It requires dealing with different personalities, different people from different aspects of life who are going to have different preferences on how they want to look and how they want their makeup to be applied. If you're unable to deal with difficult clients, that is a problem, because you can't just all of a sudden pop off at somebody because they're upsetting you. Just let it be, let it go, and boom, done. Do not become a makeup artist if you lack discipline, self-control, and organization. For example, freelance makeup artists, they plan their own schedules, they take their own clients. You really have to be on top of things and have some form of organization to be able to bring in that income that you desire. The self-control thing comes in going back to the whole socialization and dealing with different personalities topic. You need self-control. You need to be able to control your emotions. You need to be able to control your outbursts if you have any, especially with people who can be trying. As much as human beings are beautifully flawed, y'all crazy, okay? So it really does require a certain level of self-control. Do not become a makeup artist if it is not your passion. There is a quote that I saw years ago that said something along the lines of, choose your job wisely because no amount of money will ever be enough for a job you hate. We love getting glammed up. We love dressing up. We love looking good. But that doesn't mean that you should be entrusted with other people's looks in your hands. And the reason I say that, not to be rude or anything like that, the reason I say that is because not everything is for everybody. Just because something is trending, just because everyone's doing it, doesn't mean you have to do it, especially if it is not something that you are passionate about. And I know people like to do makeup on the side as, something that is a nice little bit of pocket change starting out in the beginning, which can hopefully develop into a profitable business later on. Do not do makeup on other people if you don't enjoy it, especially now that it is so saturated. YouTube is saturated. Makeup companies and beauty related channels are saturated. Just the whole beauty industry in general is already saturated. So I think you really, really, really need to have drive. You really need to have passion in order to do this, because you are going to most likely, I'm not saying this is the same for everybody, but for the most part, you're going to have to wait your turn in terms of success. And even that success requires a whole lot of perseverance. It requires a whole lot of resistance to negativity, and it requires a whole lot of self-evaluation, self-improvement, and self-encouragement, because not everyone is going to encourage you throughout your journey. Do not become a makeup artist if you are going to overcharge for the type of products and quality of work that you put out. I know that makeup is not free. I know some people are out here trying to make a quick buck. At the end of the day, your quality will speak for itself, and that's really all I'm gonna say about that. Let me just leave it there, okay? I'm not saying don't use, drugstore products. I'm not saying don't use cheap stuff, because cheap stuff doesn't always mean bad makeup. You just have to know how to work it. So that's it. Do not become a makeup artist if you are unwilling to learn. It's really easy to kind of know who's willing to learn and who isn't, because you can always tell by the people who are constantly trying to improve themselves, whether they go to cosmetology school, whether they take certain classes from people who are of a higher beauty standard than they are, whether they are taking on mentors, or just, they just have this drive. They have the thirst to know more. Those are people who are willing to learn for the most part. And it doesn't necessarily mean you have to be willing to learn in the conventional cookie cutter way. Willingness to learn can come from watching different people, trying out different techniques for yourself, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't. It's all, at the end of the day, about you being able to analyze and apply whatever it is that you're trying to fix or improve in your craft. Successful people are constantly improving themselves. Successful people are constantly learning. They're constantly adjusting and readjusting and adapting. So that's definitely something to keep in mind, which leads me to my next point. Do not become a makeup artist if you are not willing to adapt. Like every other thing in this world, beauty is constantly changing, and beauty today is not going to be what beauty looks like in 2020 or in 2019. So just be aware of that. If you are rigid in your ways and just kind of stuck, and you don't want to know how to do anything else, you don't want to learn how to do anything else, you ain't trying to look, or you ain't trying to have nobody look different from what they were a few years back, that's a problem. You really have to learn to adapt to your surroundings, to, the current trends. And I know trends are very fickle, but it's important to have a wide range of skills and a wide range of things that you're able to do, because by doing that, you are essentially upping your value. You are increasing your value. You're increasing the worth of your skill set, and essentially that is what's going to keep you long in this field, I guess, or just in general, like in anything that you do. being able to adapt and being able to improve your skill set is what is going to keep you around for a long time. Longevity is key, and one of the key things to longevity is perseverance, being able to persevere and keep pushing, even if no one is looking at your work, even if no one is checking for you. Keep going. But when something is your passion, it's really, really, really hard to quit on it. Do not become a makeup artist if you are unwilling to work hard. That is one underlying common theme that I have come across very frequently, and it is that many makeup artists spend hours and hours and hours of each day working, either doing personal events, professional shoots, or simply honing their craft. It makes sense. Again, an industry that is incredibly saturated, it's going to be difficult for one's work to be recognized right away. So it requires hard work, it requires perseverance, and it requires you to stick it out until you are at the point that you want to be. Do not become a makeup artist if you are unwilling to receive constructive criticism. Now, I don't mean the kind of criticism like that's here on YouTube where people are just nasty and negative for no reason. By constructive criticism, I mean tips and suggestions from people who are at a higher level than you, or at the same level than you, but maybe their quality is a little better. Do not become a makeup artist if you are not someone who is detail oriented. Whew, honey, this one. I've noticed that the best work, the highest quality work, the type of work that gets published, the type of work that leads people to become renowned artists is detailed. They are incredibly detailed. They are checking every little thing. And it's funny because makeup is one of those things where a simple color change can change an entire look. Do not become a makeup artist if you are unwilling to follow. The reason I say this is because I am of the opinion that in order for someone to be an effective leader, they have to have followed at some point. By follow, I mean either you're serving under someone or you are working with someone. You don't have to be the lead in everything. Eventually you'll get to that point, but you need to be able to almost like just humble yourself, take it all in, and learn what you can. Be a sponge, absorb as much information as you can before you can get to the title of celebrity makeup artist, before you can get to the title of lead artist. You have to have followed at some point. You have to have been in a position where nobody knows your name. Do not despise small beginnings. Do not despise humble beginnings. They are necessary and they're temporary. Eventually you'll get to the point where you want to be, and just keep that in mind. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. And if this was not informative to you, then I hope it was at least entertaining. Again, I just want to encourage anyone out there who is either trying to get into beauty, who's trying to become a makeup artist, or, in their beginning stages of being a beauty YouTuber. Keep going. If it is your passion, keep going. I wish you all the success, and I hope that your creativity continues to flow and that you're able to put that into hard work and really allow your passion to, take over, and that drive to keep pushing you forward because it's necessary. I hope that perseverance sticks with you, and I hope that you are resistant to any negativity and any bad things that may come across your way. All right, guys, that is it. Please send this to anyone that you know who is trying to become a makeup artist, or any makeup artists who you feel may agree with some of these things that I just mentioned. If you do want to see how I created this look that I'm rocking here, please go ahead and click on the little eye over there and it should pop up. And I hope to see you in the next one, Lord willing. Stay blessed. Bye.